Hello guys, good day, magandang umaga. I'm Kent M. Geniasco and today I'll be discussing the coefficient of variation. So guys, sit back, relax, and lend me your ear because we are about to start. First, what is coefficient of variation means? So CV or the coefficient variation is the ratio of standard deviation to the mean. The higher the coefficient of variation, the greater the level of dispersion around the mean. It is generally expressed as percentage. So, nakasaad dito na kung mataas ang CV o coefficient variation, ay mataas din ang level ng pagkalat sa paligid ng mean. At ito ay kadalasang ipinapahayag bilang persyento. Formulas. So, this is the formulas to find the standard deviation and the coefficient of variation. Question: is it better to have a high or low coefficient of variation? In most fields, lower values for the coefficient of variation are considered better because it means there is less variability around the mean. Example number 1. Calculate the coefficient of variation for the given data 36, 15, 25, 10, and 14. So this is the formulas that we'll use to find what is needed in this problem. In this problem, we are given the data and we have to find the coefficient of variation. In order to calculate the coefficient of variation, the standard deviation of the series is divided by the mean of the series and then multiplied by 100. For calculating the mean, we will divide the sum of given terms by the number of terms. After that, we take a deviation from the mean in the frequency distribution table and then square those deviations. Using the columns, we will find the standard deviation of the data by using the standard deviation formula, where summation of x squared is the sum of squares of deviation and n is the number of terms. At last, we will apply the formula for calculating the coefficient variation, where sigma is the standard deviation, mu is the mean, and the CV is the coefficient of variation. Let us solve this sum step by step. Step 1. We are given data as 36, 15, 25, 10, and 14. Here, the total number of terms is equal to 5. Therefore, n is equal to 5. Now, to calculate the mean, let us add these terms. Therefore, summation of score is equal to 36 plus 15 plus 25 plus 10 plus 14 is equal to 100. As we all know, the formula of mean is equal to summation of all score over n. Therefore, mean is equal to 100 over 5. And the answer is 20. Therefore, the mean is equal to 20. Step 2. Let us draw a frequency distribution table having columns as x, x bar, and x squared, where x represent given terms, x bar represent division of mean, and x squared is square of deviation. As you can see to the frequency table that we have made, the first column is the score, the second column is the deviation from mean, the third column is the square of deviation. In order to get the deviation from mean, we need to substitute the score and the mean. Then as we can see to the second column, first row, we get 16 because we substitute 36 minus 20 and the answer is 16. then it followed negative 5 because 15 minus 20 is negative 5, then 25 minus 20 is 5, then 10 minus 20 is negative 10, then 14 minus 20 is negative 6. The third column will just square the answers of the second column. So 16 times 16, or 16 squared, is 256. Then negative 5 minus negative 5 is positive 25. Then 5 times 5, 25. Negative 10 times negative 10 is 100. Negative 6 times negative 6 is positive 36. Now, adding all the x squared scores, will get 442. Step 3. Let us calculate the standard deviation. Standard deviation sigma is given as standard deviation is equal to square root of summation of all x squared over n. We have calculated earlier that summation of x squared is equal to 442 and n is equal to 5. Therefore, standard deviation is equal to square root of 442 over 5. And then if we solve it, the answer is square root of 88.4. Then the answer of square root of 88.4 is 9.4. Therefore, our standard deviation is 9.4. Step 4. Now, let us calculate the coefficient of variation. Coefficient of variation is given as CV is equal to standard deviation over mean times 100. We have calculated earlier that standard deviation is equal to 9.4 and the mean is equal to 20. Therefore, CV is equal to 9.4 over 20 times 100, and their answer is 47. Therefore, our coefficient of variation for given data is 47. Example number 2. If the coefficient variation of two distributions are 60 and 70, and their standard deviations are 25 and 16, respectively, find their arithmetic means. So, since the coefficient of variation has already a value, we need to find the means, or the arithmetic means of the given distributions. Since we need to find two arithmetic means of given distribution, we'll denote the first as CV1 and the second as CV2. Solution to find arithmetic means of given distributions. Given CV1 is equal to 60 and the population standard deviation 1 is equal to 25. The CV2 is equal to 70 and the population standard deviation 2 is equal to 16. We need to use the coefficient of variation formula, to be exact the population 1, because in the given it is stated the population standard deviation. So the formula of the population is CV is equal to population standard deviation over mean times 100%. We need to substitute the CV1 or the given one to the formula. So 60 is equal to 25 over mean 1, or the population mean 1 times 100%. So if we solve that using our calculator, the answer will be mean 1 is equal to 41.66. We can answer the given 2 similarly to given 1, so we need to use the same formula. So if we substitute the given 2 to the formula, it will become 70 is equal to 60 over mean 2 times 100. So if we solve that using our calculator, it will become mean 2 is equal to 22.87. Note: students should note that sum of the deviation from mean is always 0. They should not ignore the negative signs in the division column. Students should try to use calculators for calculating squares and square roots for proper calculations. If calculators are not allowed, they can leave the answer in roots. If they don't know how to solve the roots, students should not get confused in summation of x squared and with parentheses summation of x squared. In sum x squared, we have added squared terms, and in with the parentheses summation of x squared, we added the terms and then squared the answer. It's your time to answer. Answer this. Suppose there is a data set of 80, 90, and 100. Answer this following. A. Find the population mean. B. Find the population standard deviation. And C. Calculate the coefficient of variation and its percentage.